Hello. I'd like to share with you a play I wrote back in college for a playwriting class I had to take. The objective was to make a radio-style play with sound effects, and each character had to give a monologue. It takes place in a funeral parlor where the life of a dead man brings three individuals together. I wrote it back in 2011 during a different time, a time I often miss. This play is not written to be political or have any messages. It's meant to be funny and positive. I'm no playwright, or even a writer for that matter, but I really enjoyed writing it and I hope it inspires others to write their own stories. I did do the voices of all three characters for this recording, so I apologize in advance. Now, let me introduce to you Funeral of a Drag Queen, a radio play. Please enjoy. Woo! I can't believe I got here so early. Traffic was killer. Oops, I should really be careful what I say. I am in a funeral home after all. Well, I must be in the right place. I did not think any other wake would be playing Liza Minnelli. Wow, how beautiful. With all the flowers around, I feel like I'm staring at an eccentric Snow White. I see you couldn't be buried without your favorite orange boa, Lotta. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Rita Gupta. I first met Lotta, or should I say Larry, last year while I was starting my bachelor's degree in psychiatry at FUS. At the time, I had no idea he was gay. When the man first came into class, he looked like a burly lumberjack with his plaid shirt and jeans. He kept to himself, and I kinda had to pry a little. It wasn't until we became study buddies when I discovered he does a drag show in the city. He invited me to one of his shows. I couldn't help but leave my husband with the kids and go. It was at the club where I saw a totally different Larry. When he put on that wig and high heels, he was a lot of estrogen, and boy, could she sing. Lotta built out its waning men beautifully. I was blown away and couldn't believe it was the same person. It was like when he put that outfit on, the real Larry came out to play. That night I had gained two friends, Larry Burback and Lotta Estrogen. Can't believe you're being like this. What do you mean? I have all right to be this way. No, not today. What's going on? Don't those two men know a wake is about to go on? Oh, one just stormed off and the other's coming this way. Excuse me. Yes? Are you here for the Larry Burback funeral? Yes. Is there a problem? I know I'm a little early. No, I was just surprised to see someone here. Oh, sorry. I'm Lita. I'm Leon. Leon Burback. You're Larry's younger brother. Yes, I am. Larry talked very fondly of you. Well, thank you. He talked very fondly about you, too. It's very nice to finally put a face with the name. Same here. It's a shame that we had to meet under these circumstances. Yes, I still can't believe what happened. I know. Being strangled to death by your own feather boa is tragic. The damn thing was always dragging on the ground. I told him hundreds of times to just get a shorter scarf. It was late. I'm sure he was just tired when he was crossing the street and wasn't paying attention. If he was more careful, the scarf would have gone caught under one of those car tires and dragged my brother several feet. There was no reasoning with Larry when he got all dressed up, especially about the boa. That was his favorite accessory. I see you're burying him with it. It covers the strangle marks around his neck. Plus, I knew he would want to be buried in old drag. Well, I really like the outfit. Did you pick it out? Yes. Larry always loved that leopard print halter dress of his. It matches the interior of the casket. Yeah, I thought it should match. I guess your brother rubbed off on you a little. I hate to admit it, but I think he did. My wife says that Larry helped me get in touch with my feminine side. Is she here today? She's coming later. We need a babysitter for the kids. I hope to meet her. I think the two of you would get along great. She loves Larry. Actually, there are some pictures of them together on the board over there. Let me show you. Okay. See? Here it is. Oh, how lovely. I really like the one with Larry holding that bass. Yeah. Larry sure loved to fish when he wasn't performing. He found it relaxing. This picture is interesting. Which one? The one with him all in drag, holding some kind of belt. Larry didn't tell you what else he did in drag? He did more than just sing. No, He never did. Well... Oh, excuse me. It's my husband. I'll be right back. What can I say about my brother? He was many things, but he was still a good person. To be honest, I actually wasn't that freaked out when he first told me about his cross-dressing. What really took me by surprise was what else he was doing in a dress. He was a registered cage fighter for the Drag Queen Fighting Association. I didn't know something like that even existed. But leave it to Florida to come up with it. Larry, to my further surprise, was the reigning champion. Well, I guess it wasn't too much of a surprise. As kids, we used to always roughhouse, and Larry was constantly getting into fights in school. I had to check the whole thing out. So I went one night and was completely intrigued in what I saw. It was like watching a UFC fight, but the fighters all had big hair and wore these crazy outfits. It was the first time I saw my brother in a dress, and I didn't even recognize him. He came out under the name Lauda Estrogen, and what a right hook he had. There were punches flying and blood being spilled. Larry, though, was able to knock out the other guy before the end of the first round. He stood there all in drag, holding up his champion title. He then looked at me and gave me a thumbs up. I gave one back to him. I will admit, I was pretty impressed with my older brother that night. Sorry about that. One of the kids started throwing up, and he wanted to know what he should do. I told him to put him near the toilet. No problem. What I was going to say... Actually, I hate to interrupt you, but I have a quick question. Okay. Who was that elderly man you were talking to before? I saw him outside when I took my phone call. Oh, he's my father. How is he doing with Larry's death? He's coping. Larry never really mentioned him. There's a reason for that. Our father... Oh, looks like he decided to come back in after all. Leon, why is that casket not closed? I thought I told you to close it. Dad, as I keep telling you, Larry would have wanted it this way. Larry is dead, so I don't think he has a say. Now close that damn casket. I can't stand looking at what's in front of me. And change the music while you're at it. If I may interrupt. Who are you? Dad, this is... Are you one of Larry's drag queen friends? Excuse me? Dad, she's not a drag queen. I don't even know how you came up with that. This is Rita. She went to school with Larry. It's a real pleasure to meet you, Mr. Burback. Whatever. Why isn't the casket closed yet? Just relax. Don't you think there are more important matters to worry about? Like what? Your eulogy. I told you, I don't want to say anything. Why not? It's none of your business. Well, I'm making it my business. Larry was a dear friend of mine. If you wanted the whole world to see him one last time in drag, then so be it. That is who Larry was. Now listen here. No, you listen. Larry was a great person. Even if you were upset about his lifestyle choices, that doesn't give you a reason to not love your son. For your information... It's my husband again. Excuse me. Rita is right, you know. Heck, I've been saying the same things to you, but you're so hard-headed that you refuse to listen. I can't take too much more. It seems that I'm the only one in this family who cared about my brother. I'll be right back. I need to go outside and get some air. You can't blame me for wanting a closed casket. If you saw what was in front of me, you would want it closed too. The wig, the makeup, the get-up. I feel like I'm staring at the corpse of Bozo the Clown. How humiliating it is for a father to have to bury his child like this. Wherever he is, Larry's probably having a good laugh about now, happy to see his father suffering so much. Why did you have to do this to me, Larry? Why could you just be like a younger brother? Find a woman, settle down, and give me grandchildren. Instead, you mock me with your actions. I don't know what I did wrong. People might hate me for this rant, but in all honesty, I just don't want to remember him as a drag queen. I much rather remember him as Larry Burback, the man who I was once proud to call my son. I just came back inside to pay my final respects. Leaving so soon? My husband was on the phone. My 4-year-old son is throwing up. Seems to be no stopping. My husband's panicking, has no idea what to do. I'm going home to see what's happening. That's too bad. Here I was just starting to enjoy your company. Well, don't be too disappointed. I should still make the service. This isn't the first time one of my children has gotten sick. He probably just ate something he wasn't supposed to. I'll check it out and be back when I can. Goodbye. Hmm. A bit feisty, but I can see why Larry was friends with her. I'm back. Rita told me what happened. Yeah, I heard. Dad, I've been thinking. Don't think too hard, you might hurt yourself. Uh-huh, very funny. Actually, I gave it some thought. If we want to close the casket, then we can during the service. But for now, it stays the way it is. I'm not too thrilled about the decision, but I want this day to be a happy one. Us fighting like this isn't the way we should be acting today. Larry wouldn't want it that way. Are you crying? No, I just have something in my eye. You are crying. I can't believe you. Tears of joy, I'm sure, since you got your way with the casket. You really are a piece of work. No, that's not it. Then what is it? Boy, you're worse than your mother. There's something I need to get off my chest. Right now? What is it? I want to tell you that I really did love your brother. Dad, I already know that. You might say things, but I know you really loved Larry. There's more. Should I be sitting down? No. I, well, I don't know how to say it. Just say what's on your mind. You've never hesitated before. You know your mother and I divorced. Yes, I'm aware. It's been over 20 years. Well, we didn't separate because I cheated on your mother with another woman. That was a lie. I actually cheated on her with a man. Son, I'm gay. I know. What? Seriously? How could you know? I've always tried to hide it from you. Larry told me. Larry? Yeah, it was over a year ago. Larry said that one night he caught you at one of the gay bars he was performing at. I heard my assumptions before that, though. I mean, heck, Dad, I never seen you with another woman after Mom. And one time when I came over to your apartment, I accidentally found a whole drawer of magazines full of naked men. I feel stupid. You should have come to me about it. I couldn't. Larry didn't want me to say anything. Trust me, though, there were times when I really wanted to, but I knew he would probably just deny it. Well, I'm being upfront with you now. It took you long enough. What can I say? I'm sorry. Your brother's death has weighed heavily on me. I blame myself for what has happened. You didn't need to apologize. You didn't cause any of this. Larry was Larry, and Jeans had nothing to do with it. I guess you're right. Of course I am. Does this mean, though, we can keep the casket open? Yes. I love you, old man. I love you too. Come on, and give me a hug. Whoa! What is it? I saw your brother smile for a second. What? He's not smiling. I know what I saw. You're going crazy. You really need better glasses. Now come on and help me make sure everything's ready for the wake. People will be coming soon. Alright. Afterwards, you can help me with my eulogy. I would like that.